So today I'm just going to show you guys how I make my closure wig with the frontal effect from start to finish. Y'all can thank me later, you know what I'm saying? So let's get started. The first thing is to bleach the knots. All you'll need is a mixing bowl, your bundles. Mine are from Diamond Dynasty Virgin Hair. You can use my discount code NADA52 to get coins off of your purchase. I'll be using a 5x5 closure, and let's get into it. So the products I'll be using are L'Oreal Quick Blue Bleach and then my Clairol Pure White 40 Developer. You don't have to use these two brands because any brand of bleach and developer work. All you're going to do is mix until you get a creamy texture, and that's the texture that we want so that it doesn't sip through the closure. So once you have that together, then you're going to paint it all over the lace of the closure. And make sure that you get all the wrinkles and the corners and all the way at the tippy top of the closure. Now we're going to leave it on there for about 10 minutes, but if you're lighter than I am, you can definitely leave it on there for longer. You can tell when it starts to change colors because it'll start, changing into a brown or a blonde. Then you're going to want to thoroughly rinse the bleach out. Do not leave any bleach on your closure because it will continue to develop. Next, we are going to place our spandex cap onto our wig head. Make sure that the two lines on the spandex cap are aligned and centered to your wig head. And usually most caps that I've tried look exactly like this. By the way, this is not me positioning my closure. This is just a way that I like to get all of the hair out of the way. As you can see, I'm braiding it down. Some people use clips. Some people just use a rubber band or a hair tie. That doesn't really work for me, and I don't have any clips with me, so I like to just braid them down. So now with those same pins, I'm actually now finally aligning my closure. This may be the hardest part for me because I like when it's centered. Otherwise, your wig might be lopsided, and we don't want that. Make sure that all fours are pinned down. You want to pull your closure to stretch it before you pin it down so that it's not loose or it's not wrinkly, because then that's how you end up with a closure that doesn't lay flat on your head. As you're sewing your closure down, make sure to knot every other knot or 1 in every 3 knots, because for some weird reason you don't want the thread to be cut and then unravel and ruin your entire wig. Sew the perimeter of your closure onto your spandex cap. You are going to want to cut the remaining thread to where you have enough to tie about 2 to 3 additional knots for extra security. Now we are going to start sewing our bundles onto our spandex cap. You're going to want to start where your ear is generally located. For the very first one, make sure to put the needle through the weft and then onto the spandex cap. Some people like to cut their weave when they get to the corner. I don't. I just flip it and then knot it maybe 2 to 3 times so that it lays flat. For the remainder of the wig, simply ensure that you are following this U-shaped. Like we've mentioned earlier, cut enough of the thread to where you can make 2 to 3 additional knots for extra security, and do this after every time you run out of thread. So for a lot of people, this is where it kind of gets tricky. The very last 2 lines of your weave. Simply make sure that it is laying flat. As you can see, it is very flat on the spandex cap. Now with the very last track, you're going to want to make sure that your needle goes through the weft, the spandex cap, and the closure. And the goal is to make it as flat and as tight as possible. Cut the remainder of the track off, and that is how you make your wig. Now we're just going to undo our little braid. Whether you have it in a hair tie or in clips, take that out. We're going to remove all of the pins that we placed onto our wig to make sure that it stayed onto the mannequin. We are going to cut the excess spandex out so that our closure can be visible. As you're cutting, please make sure you're not cutting any of the thread, because that can cause something to unravel. Even though we did make knots along the way, we still don't want to chance it. So cut close enough, but not too close. Once you're finished cutting, it should look something like this. The next step is plucking the hairline. This step is very important if you are going for the frontal effect. As you can see, the hairline is extremely full and is not natural at all. Do not be afraid to pluck. I know it may seem like you're taking out a lot of hair, but in order for it to look natural, you do need to remove a lot of that hair. Part it as close to the hairline as possible and pluck some more. So now that we finished plucking, we are going to begin styling our wig. So for this part, usually you want to make sure that you have a hot comb and mousse, but because this is curly hair, I decided to use mousse by itself, just to make sure that the weave is laying flat once I part and style it. The next step is to part your wig wherever you want, whether you want to part it down the middle. I am going for a exaggerated part look. That's why it's not straight down the middle. Usually I do part it straight down the middle and then just shift the wig to whatever side I want to wear it. But I specifically want this wig to be on the side. Once you've established where you want your part to be, go ahead and apply some more mousse to the front of the hair and to the actual part. For a wider and more natural part, take your tweezers and pluck your part some more. Don't pluck too much, but enough to where it will be visible once it's on your head. This is usually my favorite part, establishing the edges in the baby hairs. All you're gonna wanna do is part a tiny bit off of the front on both sides of the closure. Now just use the mousse to separate the baby hairs from the new hairline. So now you are going to take your scissors and cut those baby hairs. You don't want it too long, but you don't want it too short either. So now with more mousse and your edge brush, you are going to begin styling your baby hairs the way you like to. I do recommend tying your edges down or the baby hairs down so that it can keep that form. The final step is to cut the extra lace off. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you slay your frontal effect closure wig. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you stay tuned for the next one. Toodles!